Hello, this is Randy in the shop today. I have this tool finally finished. Here it is right here. It's all finished up. I got the springs made and everything like that. Here's the spring plate that I was telling you about I had to make the other day. And here's the other spring that I had to make that I had to wind to make. And it's pretty simple. All you do is turn this around like this here, and it ratchets. And you have to turn it between centers. So, and I put this flat on here because I got to make a drive yoke, depending on how big it needs to be for the lathe. I got to make that yet, but and here's my spring winder tool. Just a couple pieces of aluminum. I put a pin in it here, and I Loctited the pin here that the wire fits in between it like this here, and then you wind the other piece around, and it makes the spring. I'm going to turn the camera around and bring you over to the vise. I'll clamp this in the vise, and I'll show you how it works. All you do is open up the jaws of the vise, set this in here like this here, and take a piece of piano wire. This just happens to be a piece of mild steel TIG wire, but you'll get the idea. You set this on top of here like this here, and just turn it around. Just like that there. That's not a very good one. Let me try it again. Wind that around there like that, and that's the end result right there. Works pretty simple. And then I took this part here, I had bend a 90-degree on it, and a little like lip like that. Let me get a cutters here a second. I'll show you. Let's cut this off. Whoops. I can hang on to it here. All right. Cut this off right here. Bend this down just a little bit, like that there. Cut this one off. And bend a 90 on it. Bend a regular 90 on it like that there. And there you have your spring. Just like that. Pretty simple. And the first one I did, I made like this here, but I didn't go around enough. I had to go around one more time to get it to work out right. So that's all there is to that. So I'll be right back. I got you set up on my little lathe, and turn it on here, and you get to see how it works. Just like that there. Well, I don't quite have enough traction with just driving on centers. That's why it needs a drive yoke for it. But and the oscillating motion back and forth, back relieves the cutter, and you got to make tools that have little buttons in them, the right width, and that tool holder will have a pin that goes in here that keeps the whole mechanism from rotating. But you get the idea. So so far I think it was a success, and I'll be right back. So there you have it. Now I'm going to take this thing apart because I got to work on heat treating these two nuts and these two little ratchet paws. And according to the instructions, that's the only thing they say that you have to heat treat. So take that apart here a minute. Take this nut off here. This nut here is what holds the whole mechanism together. And this nut here that I made in a previous video, this one right here, this is where your cutter goes, but you can make this different sizes for different size cutters. Now, get an Allen wrench here. There's that ring. And this piece slides off. And this piece slides off. Here. Like that there. You know, take this nut off. Take my spring off. And grab the pliers here a second. The only thing I'll probably do different from what the instructions say, the blueprints say, is I may put this in the mill, in a collet in the mill, and mill a couple little flats on this ring right here for a wrench. That way, so you can get it tight. And that's all the pieces to it right there. Got this one here. This screw comes out like so. That little screw right there. This ratchet paw right here. And this pin. Oh yeah, this pin gets hardened too. So I got the two nuts that I have to do, the two screws, the two ratchet paws, and the pin. So about 6 or 7 different parts I got to do. And then what I was thinking about doing when I get that done is taking these parts over to the bee blaster, and because I got glass bead in my bee blaster, is just glass bead the surface of them. But I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But I'm going to get this case hardening compound set up here. I bought a little tin at the store the other day for putting that in. And I got a cylinder down here for putting the quenching oil in. And I'll be right back. Alright, I got you set up here. I'm going to light the torch here and we'll get started. Here. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. Get a rag here and wipe this off. Get my glove off. There we go. Paper towel in my pocket. I'm going to go over to the bead blaster and bead blast this real quick, and I'll be right back. Well, there's the nut all clean. Right there. and the file, it just skates over it. It takes a little bit of the outside surface off, but it's not biting in at all. So I'm going to get the rest of these parts done, and I'll be back. Well, there you have it. The tool is complete. I think the case hardening went rather well. There was a lot of firsts for me in making this tool, but I got to make the yoke part that gets driven off the faceplate of the lathe, and make the actual button holders that cut the steel that you make the gear out of. But it was a fun project, and I learned a lot, and who knows, this thing might come in handy someday. I also decided to blast all the parts, kind of gives it a satin finish, which I kind of like. So you can see it right there. I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Was a lot of work, cutting all the parts and filing all this stuff and everything like that, but I think it turned out pretty good. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this deal for now. I enjoyed it and glad to bring you along for all the mishaps and everything else, but we got there in the end. That's all that matters. So hope you're having a good day and everybody's safe and well, and we'll catch you in the next one. We'll see you. Bye-bye.